All right, we should be live. Very exciting. Welcome to Beers, Cheers, and Happenings, a production of the What's Your Craft Show, which is a production of Beers Brewery. Try to make as many sub-companies as we could here. All right, we should.
Shut up, phone. Okay,
Is that
sorry.
you, Emily?
That was me. Sorry.
I was going to say that I was getting some echo here.
I thought Peter was working on a new song. It's a remix.
All right. Well, this week we're going to waste no time, jump in and introduce our guest here. We're doing a little bit of a new thing. We're going to try to do these every week on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. Our goal is to feature local community folks and artisans and crafters, business people we've partnered with. Try to provide, a little bit of exposure to what's going on and what's great and exciting. So with that, I would like to introduce Al from 5-Star Screen Printing. Al, maybe you could say hi to everybody and give like 1 minute on what you're all about, and then we'll go deeper.
Right on. Hello, everyone, and thanks for letting me into this. This is very exciting for me and for my small Northern Michigan company. I grew up in Petoskey and decided to make a little bit of an investment in the community here and maybe provide a few jobs. And we saw an opportunity in the marketplace we started out with really just screen printing and embroidery and really have moved into many other things with merchandise and things like that. And that's where people like you and Ben came in, Peter, and really has been really good for us. This is our 10th year now that we're doing it. It's hard to say that, actually. I can't believe it's been 10 years. But we've really grown a lot, and we just appreciate the opportunity. It's a great little community we live in, and local support has been fantastic.
Well, that's great, because I think it's something we talk a lot about, and community is a value for us, but also, I think that it's interesting to hear what you said about, coming in to the community you grew up in and wanting to make an investment. I mean, that's right where Ben and I are from. We're from here, and we want it to come back and do something. And finding local partners that you can work with is awesome. And I think sometimes when things get hairy is when you really find the values in your local partners as opposed to just those faceless people out there somewhere that you've been buying stuff from, but they don't really know who you are. So
sure.
I think that's a great setup. I would love to crack a beer here. I think you're already a little bit into one, Al, which is great. You were ahead of us.
Let's start. What you got, Al?
It's I got Copper Star Galactica. It's one of my favorite beers on earth.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was parched. I'm ready for an hour.
I'm a big fan of Citranity. It's just easy. I'll give a tease. We got something new coming related to Citranity as well. Excited for that. In the near future, we'll be talking more about that. But that creative nature is always there. So we got stuff we're into. And Emily, what are you drinking?
I am also drinking Citranity today in my fancy Beards tumbler mug thing. Blocking it from the sunshine.
I clicked the wrong screen here. Hold it up so everyone can see your fancy tumbler.
Yes.
Very fancy.
Nice. So that's fun. Let's see. We got Patty is watching. Hi, Patty. Thanks for joining us on the Beers, Cheers, and Happenings with 5-Star. If you guys got questions as we go along, please feel free to type them in. We are going to keep our eye on the comments and endeavor to answer some of those questions. With 5-Star today, we got a unique relationship in that we're both small businesses started in the community we grew up in. We've been working together. We've been working with Al since the whole time we've been open. And we were early on in his career, too, it sounds like, because
very much so.
10 years, that wasn't much longer than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're excited to have someone on. So we do a lot with merchandise, if you guys are familiar with Beards, I think.
What was the very first project that you did together? I wasn't around 8 years ago.
Is it this one?
The classic tee that I'm wearing right now.
Is it Emily's classic tee?
I would have to say the classic tees. Yes, I would have to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Represent.
That's right.
I bought this when I was still a customer at Beards, and
Is that right?
So, this is interesting because the classic tees interesting. So this is a great example. The first time we ordered classic tees were before we were open, and we just came out with a logo, and I was like, let's get 20 of these things, and we just ordered from an online website, and they came, and we have an eye for style, I would say, and that's the design has always been something that's been really important, like the graphic design. But they came the first time, and they're just kind of small. I still have, and I gave them to like friends, and I still see those shirts a little bit, but the logo's kind of small. This is where like bringing it to Al, he's like, oh, I got a bigger screen. We can bump that up and make it look really pop. And literally the classic tee like hasn't changed since then. I think it was also, Al, your idea, or in conjunction when we brought it to you, to get like Gaslight District and Petoskey on there, because that wasn't part of our logo.
Right.
Yep, I think that's an important part of it. It's a great little area, even a smaller section of Petoskey. It's fantastic. The Gaslight District's got so much history down there. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and once we blew it up big on a shirt like that, you could put that little subline of text. It looked pretty nice.
Right.
I've learned it's a two. So I was hinting on the idea, like I feel like we have an eye for art. Sometimes though, like envisioning that, how to put it on a shirt, that's where having I think the artistic nature of what a screen printing company or embroidery company that you partner with, that isn't just online, you're throwing it on merch, is they can give you those, hey, we've printed a lot of these, placing it in this spot or doing it at this size maybe makes sense. Al, how much of that do you feel you provide to customers versus do you often do the whole design? I know we might be unique in that we bring a lot of our designs, but do a lot of people bring you designs, and then you really help? I know with us, you help us find the right garments and the right places to put things on garments.
It really runs the whole gamut. You are a little bit unique with Steve's expertise in bringing us the designs and ideas and things like that, but there are many people that come in with no ideas, and that's where my staff really comes in. My staff has been at this a lot longer than I have. Greg Seaman, who is my graphic designer, he graduated from Siena Heights University. Greg's been at it for going on 25 years now, so he's really got a great eye for design, colors, and things like that. And then Matt Rothmus is my production manager. And Matt has been, I think, at it as long, if not longer, than Greg. So he comes up with some really unique ideas and solutions for the ideas that people bring to us, because not everything works. So with those two, we really get into it a long way. And then just the whole production staff at 5 Star is just outstanding. We've been together for a long time. We have very little turnover there. It's really a super team effort, and I appreciate all those guys.
Yeah, and I could speak as somebody that's bringing designs to you. Working with Greg has just been great. He's been really easy to work with. He understands what I'm talking about, and it's just been a really pleasure to work with. And Matt's just awesome. I love Matt. Now I know Matt from the flag football field a little bit, because Matt's a referee. Some people might not know that. He's certified Petoskey referee there. So Matt's a wonderful guy as well.
So I thought we should have a good one. We got a good question here from Diane.
We do.
Is a great patron of us and friend, I would say.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out.
So here's what she said. Whose idea or eye was it for the panties? Now, Al, I think you know that we've probably sold a lot of these, and maybe more than any of us ever thought. Now, you might have a little more insight than this, because Ben was working with you more at the time. I know he told me this would be a funny gift for, like Valentine's Day. But did you bring the merch idea to him, or did he bring it up to you?
Now, it was a combination of standing around the counter one day, and between Ben and Greg and I, and it's just, I thought it took some convincing actually to get that through to the right people, but boy, it's really been a home run, hasn't it? I don't know that we sold maybe classic tees, and maybe a few hats, but those have been a huge seller. Crazy.
So,
go ahead, Peter.
There's an odd thing about these that I will tell you. Funny story. So involved with a fair amount of like evangelical ministries. That's like my uncle and my dad and my grandpa kind of started like giving back through these places. And they always bring, when the missionaries visit, they bring them in, and the panties, like they all buy the panties. It's the funniest thing. I think that everybody finds it hilarious. So it's like, it's a humor level that's like on all levels. Everybody gets it, and like people love giving them as gifts because it's comical enough that you can get away with giving someone a pair of underwear as a gift.
And don't be fooled. There's plenty of gentlemen out there that are sporting those too. As Instagram will bear witness.
Emily, maybe, I mean, you sell these things at festivals a lot. Maybe you have some insights on this.
Well, I have lots of underwear stories, and
really?
I don't know if you want to call it underwear insight. And actually, before I dive into that, Peter, just because I'm keeping an eye on our comments, are we still streaming live? Okay. Because it
looks like it's me.
Okay.
Live. Yeah.
Okay, it's just my phone. No worries.
Yeah, mine's delayed as well.
It will be delayed from.
Delayed's fine. Mine shut off for a second, but we're good.
That's
what happened to me last time.
So I'm gonna throw you back up solo here, Emily, to give us an
underwear. All right, story. I'm ready. So I didn't know that it was 3 dudes in one office deciding on the underwear design. So that's insight. I will say it is our funnest merchandise item at all of our events and all of our festivals. We have people come back year after year for a new pair of underwear. And our favorite game is to convince all of our customers and patrons to wear them the day of the festival. I tell them it's great advertising. So on the other side of that, not that it's a negative story, I guess it's kind of funny. I've had to chase down 2 people who have tried to drunkenly steal the underwear from the festival booth. And you have not shamed a person for stealing unless you've shamed a person for stealing people's underwear, which I have done more than once.
That's awesome.
They're fast too. They're not getting away from you.
Famous mom shaming technique.
Oh yeah, you gotta be like, excuse you, we are a small business. Those underwear cost us money.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
You have to ask yourself where you're at in life when you're running through the streets stealing panties.
Stolen underwear. That's right.
So we got a beer question here that was a little bit back towards the beginning. I wanted to address. Patty says, "I'm not a craft beer drinker, but I do love peanut butter beer. Do you have anything like that?" So I wanted to bring this one up just because we don't get adding a lot of crazy things to beers at Beards. We do like focusing on the core ingredients. That being said, our Serendipity Porter, while a darker beer in color, it just features all traditional malts. There, you got it right there, Al. And it's very easy drinking, smooth, chocolatey. That finish is kind of creamy a little bit. So, I mean, it might be worth a shot if you're looking for something from us. We haven't hit peanut butter beers specifically.
I love peanut butter, though, just in general. So
I think we have done some nutty beers.
Yeah. D's.
Yeah.
D's Nuts, which has no nuts.
Very good.
But we also did D's Hazelnuts, which had some.
I was going to say, yeah.
The pistachio version.
It's kind of nice not to have to worry about peanut allergies when people are drinking. You know, we can get that nutty flavor from a lot of other malts without, playing with actual peanut butter, which, I mean, we never say never, but it is nice that people don't have to worry about an allergy, especially when they really just want to try D's Nuts,
Right.
You could be, like myself, allergic to Saison. So.
Yeah, there's that too.
Mildly.
So,
I'll bring some down next time I come, Patty, to see you. I'll bring some with me.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Al.
There you go, Patty.
It's good when we can take care of the people watching,
That's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Another thing, so I guess we touched a little bit on the design side of things, but I think that's just an interesting, to me, like finding the idea of what you print on can inform the design, but the design can also come, and then like you find the right garment. Like, how much of that do you see? Do you typically design something out with someone and then see where it fits best, or is it a lot of times like we really want this garment, we want something cool on it, and so let's make something that fits.
Well, that's an interesting question, because we do guide people to different garments for different things. Excuse me. We're going much more to tri-blends and heathers and things like that. A lot of 50-50 stuff. We don't use much 100% cotton anymore. The feel for the shirts that we're going to, like your 64,000s, I'll get a little technical there just for style numbers, but the 980s that we use are much better than the regular cotton ones. So as far as t-shirts and things like that, we try to have some input, because the price is really similar. You get a much better feel. The garment tends to not shrink and not disform as much from the 100% cotton. There are people that still want that feel. 100% cotton is perfectly fine. We can provide that. But for brew pubs and things, and that in general that we deal with you and some others around the state, they're much more into tri-blends and 50-50s and things like that. Like the one Emily has on right now.
Yeah, I find that, for us, that's a thing. We try to bring craft into everything we do. So we try to make the beer craft, and then we don't want to like cheap out on other things. And for me, like, we've often tried that with our garments, really find comfort garments. I think kind of fits with what we're doing. That being said, like, cottons and things, to me, it's got to be the right time. Like, I'll wear a heavier t-shirt maybe in the winter under like a sweatshirt.
I agree.
Than I would. But I love the summer, the heathered things we've done and whatnot from a comfort level, and as a summer t-shirt and whatnot. So it's important to find the right garment, I think, both for like the seasonality and the purpose it's going to be used for, and then also finding the things that work with. We bring a lot of designs because we're designing for other stuff, so finding the right garment to work with existing designs, I think, is often something we do more of than just designing from scratch for a garment we really like at Beards. But we always try to make sure we like the garment that something is going on.
Yeah, and we're kind of stuck on the t-shirt thing right now, but you offer a lot of things, and we offer a lot of other things. You do a lot of hoods and obviously hats and things that we're wearing. So there's a lot of other things that we help a lot of other people with. So it's not just t-shirts. We do a lot of sweatshirts, a lot of hats, all
not
kinds
just
of
garments
different
either, right? Not just wearables. You do a lot of.
Yeah, boy, yeah. We've really shifted gears in the last, say, 4 or 5 years to the banners and, oh boy, just the sublimation. We went to the hats with the laser with the leather patches on the hats and things like that. That has just exploded over the last year and a half. It's just been crazy. And you do a great deal with the patches that you put on the hats. It's really a great market.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump back a hair on that, because I wonder, like, with us, when we started, we were like, we're going to start in craft beer, and we're not going to do the food, and we're not going to do all the other things. We're going to really focus on getting the core beers right. So, and you didn't offer all these things when you started. So I guess a little bit of maybe history of how you got started and what got you into the screen printing game. Like, what caught your eye and was like, I want to jump into that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Boy, that's honest. I'll be honest. I saw a need for more competition in the area when I started, and I started out just me and one screen printer in a really tiny spot, and all we did was screen printing. We had a dryer and a press, and that was it. And we actually subbed out our embroidery, and it took us almost a year and a half to really find our footing. I can say we really went through about 14 months of really figuring it out. And as starting out, Peter, that those first year can be tough, and it was tough for us. I wouldn't lie to you. But the spring of 2012, we rearranged the staff and brought on Matt and Greg, and My son JT has been also with me for that long too, and he does a lot of the screen printing. But once we brought them on, we really started to hit our stride. We brought in the embroidery machines, and then it went to banners, and it was just the calling. People started asking us for different things. We did the research. We saw the market to move into some other areas and just proceeded as that. I can't say that I ever had a plan to do this much different type of merch, but boy, it really worked into that fairly quickly once we got our feet underneath us.
That maybe speaks a little to the community and the relationship, right? Like if you have a good relationship, and in full disclosure, we don't buy everything we sell in our merch store from you. I mean, some things don't make sense for you to try to produce, right?
Yeah.
But we've stuck with, I would say, a vast majority of what we sell is from you, because when we want to add new things, we usually always talk to you first.
Sure.
And see what you have and what you're thinking, because it's good to work with somebody you know you can trust, and they're going to bring you stuff that meets your expectation.
Sure. Absolutely.
So the partnership has been great.
It has been great, and we wouldn't be here without local partners like you, Peter. It goes without saying. We've grown up together. I've told more than a few people that we've grown up together with beards. Started in that same general time, and it's been great.
Emily, what do you got going? Like a party there?
Yeah, I had to let the dogs out because they were whining a little bit in the background, and they're also kind of the neighborhood watch, so they're pulling the yard now. And also jumping on my lap, but it's all part of the virtual experience.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's fun. You gotta find joy in what you're doing.
I wanted to, speaking of origins, maybe not so much, starting your business, Al, but what was a big craft beer that was an impact for you?
A big craft beer from
into craft beer.
To get started into craft beer, I started liking craft homemade beer, not homemade beer, but back when I was in the Army in Germany in the middle '80s.
Wow!
There was a brewery in every town. They could look out my barracks window and see the local brewery.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty awesome.
I started drinking a little heavier beer back in I'm going to say 1984. So
wow. That's a good start to your craft education.
Yeah, it is. And I came back and I was searching for different beer. So luckily Beards came along. We actually did some home brew back in the day right here at home. So we did the old 5-gallon batches with the boxes and everything like that.
Nice.
It was really good. And Mary and the kids can attest to that because it made the house smell really good. And I remember.
Oh, I bet.
Toby was like 4 years old capping my bottles for me. It was fantastic.
That's a good visual.
That's right. Yeah. So
it's all making sense now, Toby.
The hard work ethic, it starts young. That's how I learned that.
Yeah, it was great. Absolutely. Yeah.
Your wife said you started your business so you could test your marriage.
Yeah.
It's been tested. It has been tested, and I'd happy to say it's passed the test. Mary, 35 years.
Cheers to that. Absolutely.
Right on. Oh, Armadillo this time. It's very good.
Nice.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, for anybody new joining the stream here, this is Beers, Cheers, and Happenings. Kind of the idea of our What's Your Craft show, which we were producing and have a new episode very close to coming out that we filmed before things kind of got shut down. We wanted to talk with people live as well, find a way to find people doing unique crafting things. Again, a lot of what we talk about in Craft and Artisan is like the why behind it, what people got into it, what they're passionate about. So finding that in a variety of places. So we have Al from 5 Star Screen Printing on today. It's part of our live conversation series, and we're going to be doing these on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. Usually for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to ask us about our beers, if you have questions about screen printing, about graphic design, today those are all great. We watch the comments and would love to take your questions. So please stay engaged as you would. I think that that I would love to talk about a wide variety of things, but I've posed a lot of questions. So, Al, do you have anything that you wanted to talk about, or you wanted to ask us about our history or our beer? Or you were there for a lot of it, but I didn't know you were in the military, so that you always can learn something new in the conversation.
Kind of rushed over that. I'm gonna come back.
Well, yeah, that was just
Germany story.
No, I can't share too many lives, so that's all good.
My father was stationed in Germany as well when he was in the Army.
Yeah, it was a great experience for a young man, and it was just one of those things. I kind of ran out of money, and it was a little bit of a difficult time, and decided to join the Army, and it was one of the best things I did. It was really an education for me to get out on my own and see the world. You know, a little guy from Petoskey. You know, I grew up on Emmett Street, like 5 blocks south of the brew pub there, guys. So, I mean, this is hometown stuff. So it was great to get out and see everything and see Germany and things like that. And I learned a lot about myself and about just getting stuff done. That's where the work ethic come from, I believe. That and my mother. So
yeah.
Always mama.
Do you have any steins from your time in Germany that you
I do. I don't. I've got a beer shelf behind me. But I do. I have some great mugs from Oktoberfest in Munich. We've been there twice. It's everything you can imagine plus. Yeah. So yeah, it was amazing. Again, that's where my taste for craft beer comes from, is hanging out in Germany, drinking real Spatenbrau and Lowenbrau and stuff like that from Munich. It's fantastic.
Well, kind of on that note, Al, how would you compare now that, you know, you've done Oktoberfest over, you know, in Germany, which is kind of a beer mecca for sure, especially for traditional old school style beer. But you guys, you and Mary always reach out and, you know, offer to help with festivals. And obviously you like to attend some of our beer events. How would you compare like a beer event, you know, a traditional one like over in Germany, Oktoberfest, with what we have going on here in, you know, North America or even just Michigan?
Well, I think we've come a long way for sure, because that didn't
very quickly, I would imagine.
I would think, yeah, because we just didn't do that even 3, 4, 5 years ago. I guess it started, but I think they're very comparable now. Oktoberfest is an outlier just because it's so huge, and but there were every town over there, at least the town I was in, or the couple I was near, always had festivals throughout the year, and it's very good, and it's very similar to what we're trying to achieve now. I think the Americans come a long way with that, especially with their quality beer that we've been brewing now. So,
oh, cool. Do you have a favorite one you like to attend here in Michigan?
Beer fests. Well, I tell you what, I think Marquette is just great. It's such and we've been to most of them. We've not been to the one in the winter one in Grand Rapids. I just cannot bring myself to that one. So.
Can't do it.
It's hard. I do it mainly so I can sell hats. You know,
right on.
Hot chocolate.
There you go, hot chocolate, sure. But we love Marquette. But we've Ypsilanti in the summer can be really good, but super hot. And
a hot mess.
It's hot in that little valley, but we like the one at Eastern Market in Detroit too. We've had some really good times there, really fun. We were really looking forward to Traverse City, and it's a bummer that got canceled, man.
It's it's a little bit uncertain what large events are going to look like.
Sure.
I gotta believe though, the Brewers Guild events are all outdoor, and I personally believe that we're going to get back to that kind of stuff. I mean, it might not be this summer, but the Brewers Guild does year-round events, so I'm optimistic that we'll be doing some of those other season events here. Hard to say for sure, but that would be awesome.
And I'm confident whichever is the first one is going to be one hell of a party.
It's going to be good. It's going to be so good. That's, and I think that's part of the problem with trying to do it too soon.
Yeah.
So we got another comment here that I just wanted to say a thank you for. Dave said he's tried a bunch of our beers over the last couple of years and have yet to find one that he didn't like. Keep up the good work and try
Thanks,
to get some down to Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
Mr. Dave Dominguez, thank you.
Yeah, we're currently just distributing here in the great state of Michigan. We just reached that last milestone of filling the counties out here last fall, and are now distributing across the whole state. And the last area, of course, that we filled in was Southeast Michigan. We got a lot of requests for beer down there. We're excited to have it available. Really featuring a lot of our core beers down that way, but getting some of the seasonals in too. So if you're watching down that way, keep an eye out, especially our summer seasonal Copper Star, which we mentioned a couple times on this show. We're excited about that, and that's kind of we're pushing that out hard down there. And the weather's nice. You're getting out, maybe sitting around your campfire. Might as well be drinking a good summer beer. So
yeah, if you guys, anyone watching, if you have a store where you're not finding Beard's products at, let us know. You can contact us anytime, and we'll try and make it happen. That's my.
That's Emily's job. She does a great job.
Go.
I try.
Another thing we've talked about is the history of some of our beers before on a few of the live events we've done. So if you got any questions about any beers you've had that we haven't had in a while, favorite beers, the history behind the beer, feel free to throw that in the comments. We really want this to be an interactive thing where people can enjoy along with us and get their questions answered. So please feel free to throw anything in the comments.
I did ask, also if people were looking for any kind of new Beards merch items. I haven't gotten any replies yet, but I don't know if that might be a fun thing to kind of talk about or hint at what we're working on.
New merch is always exciting. Again, it's a little. So this is a good little hit in there where we were trying to figure out, how we move forward. We sell most of our merch through our store and events, so we didn't want to get too heavy. We were working on some summer ideas, but then we also didn't want to get too heavy into summer ideas right now. But where we're kind of doubling down is to go do a little bit more work on our online store. So if you like some of our merch, if you didn't know, if you go to beardsbrewery.com, you can click store. And go right in there. We've added a bunch of the items that we didn't previously have on the store. We've also discounted some items and tried to up the shopping experience. So we're going to be working on building that out a little bit more. So if you guys have things that we've made, you're interested in, or that we haven't made that you're interested in, you'd like to see on the store, please send us an email. You can, or a Facebook message is easy. Comment on here. And we'll keep that in mind as we're developing items, and we're hoping to do some more sales through online. It's been encouraging to see so many different people support our industry in this tough time. So I'd love to give back and that's something we're working with our beers too. We want to, one of the most exciting things is that we have a lot of new things in this industry, so we don't want to stop that just because times are odd, right? So we're trying to figure out.
Can't visit the pub,
right? So we're trying to figure out more ways to do that. We're just starting to launch 2 taps that rotate every week now. So every week there'll be 2 different things on tap from the week before to get growlers with our to-go food, and we're trying to do some stuff like that to keep it interesting.
I need another beer.
You need another beer here.
You running empty?
Pass you one here. What are you guys drinking at home? Anybody enjoying a 5 o'clock beer here?
Do you want to mix it up, or do you?
Hit it up. I don't care.
All right. Well, I'll keep you on Citranity.
I like Citranity. I can drink it all night. If
Oh,
anyone's drinking something, another thing I've encouraged people to do is dig back in your beer fridge. Maybe there's something in there that's been there a while that you want to share. Tell us about it. We'll let you know if we've ever had it. And kind of, this is a really bad table I made, Steve. It looks nice on the table. You put it together 5 minutes before, right?
Yeah.
So Diane came back with another question. Speaking of beer, she's wondering if Forget Me Not was a one-off package release for us.
Oh, okay. This is such a timely question. It's almost like these people are plants.
It's like
but I promise you.
Well, and Peter, you have to share the story of Forget Me Not while you're on this too, for everyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, so I'll give the whole story on Forget Me Not. great beer. It's
You bought a
for,
catamaran.
yes, for people that don't know, it is a hibiscus saison. And you might say, hibiscus, why is it called Forget Me Not? Well, so I brewed this beer for my wedding, and so it's about like 4.5%. I didn't want a super strong beer. You're drinking a lot, but you also have to get through the day coherently on your wedding. And so but Forget Me Not flowers are not in beer and not a flavor of flower. So I had to come up with an alternate flower. So hibiscus, though, really quite excellent. You know, I was kind of thinking of Jamaica, like the Mexican drink, tea, kind of cold tea steeped with hibiscus flower. So that's kind of the history of the beer. We enjoy it. It's got a really pink color.
Did it work on the wedding day? Were you good to go at the end of the
Good.
night?
I was good. I made it through the day.
That
Enjoyed
ABV
it.
was spot on.
Yeah.
All right.
Forget Me Not. It's not. It's mostly we've been working it towards seasonal this year. With things getting a little messed up, it might not be a large seasonal release, but we are planning to brew some and at least can a small amount in the pub and maybe in our surrounding area. Hopefully, people can get out a little and get some of that. And so, to answer the question, it's not a one-off. We typically do it every May. It might be a little later this year. And canned in the pub as well as on draft, and depending on where the market's at, maybe we'll be able to sneak a few cases out to.
I'll bring you some, Diane.
And there's always that.
Al will bring you some. Just gonna send Al around the state dropping beer.
Delivery. It's no problem. I'll take care of it. Let me know. I'm there.
You probably know a good enough lunch spots all around the state to make it worth your
Absolutely.
while.
I sure do. Absolutely.
And Forget Me Not has just a phenomenal artwork that Steve designed, which if you've seen the can,
Well, today actually,
we had a post.
Yeah, there's a portion of the art.
A portion of the art. The
catamaran.
So we wanted it to be kind of summary, and we put cats on it, and the 3 cats are my 3 cats, which Steve, if you
names?
notice, has really good artwork skills and perfectly depicted them. We have Ginseng and Tarmac as the front pontoons. If you ever seen cats, they'll boat across your living room. They tuck their little paws in, they just look like a little boat.
That's where that came from. That's the first thought.
Yeah.
It was going to be a tugboat initially because Peter asked me if I had heard of cat boating before. And I said, of course I have. Everybody's heard of cat boating. I've never heard of it. He explained
You're
to me
missing
what
out
cat
if you
boating
haven't.
was. And,
Common knowledge. Of course.
and then we just let our imaginations run wild, and there was 3 of them. So
Yeah, and then Earl Grey's riding it because he was our first cat.
he's steering the ship.
Yeah, he's steering the ship, and we call him kind of the platoon sergeant, and then the cat brigade is what we call them, and he kind of steers the 2 Stooges.
If you'll notice that label, if you do have one of those, or if you've seen the label online, there might be something. Anyway, it's at the bottom left-hand corner. On that label, you'll notice there's a bunch of repeated images in the background, but at the bottom left-hand corner, there's 2 intertwined wedding rings, which is a hint at the wedding, obviously.
Nice.
Ooh, for Peter.
The description talks about that a little too.
Oh, yeah. I don't write those. Sometimes.
It says it's great for mathematical knots.
Tying the knot.
Yeah, mathematical knots, sailor's knots, and tying the knot.
Yeah, there you go.
Catchy. Well, we have some other old friends who have tuned in since you guys were talking about Forget Me Not, guys.
Great.
Joe from Happy's Tacos, or used to be Happy's Tacos. He used to work there. He moved to Wisconsin, but we miss him tuning in. So hello. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I don't know you, Joe. Hello.
And then Casey. What?
I don't know you, but I guarantee if you're a good son of a gun, I miss you.
I'm sure that Al remembers Joe serving tacos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love those tacos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the old brew pub. That's fantastic. Absolutely. We did a lot of their stuff when they were here, and we miss them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looks like they'll be opening up Friday. It's like I saw online. So
That's exciting.
Happy's
Very
Tacos
cool.
back in the community. Good to see.
Yeah, please keep an eye out for what places are open and what they're doing, and give them support as you're able. Yes, and it looks like we had KT join.
Yeah, she says hello.
She used to work for us, but has moved away. Howdy.
Tell Jared we said hello as well.
Oh, and to Isla Blue as well.
Oh yes, the
Family down there.
The baby,
Yes.
adorable baby.
Yes. Again, you're watching Beers Brewery here, where the Beers, Cheers, and Happenings live. We have Al from 5 Star Screen Printing on today, and we appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're probably going to go for another 10 minutes or so, so if you do have any burning questions, please get them out. We would love to answer your questions. It could be about our beer. It could be about our merchandise. Al does quite a bit of that for us. We also, of course, have Steve Bartell across from me, and he does much of our graphic design. And Emily is out in the market interacting with you often, customers. And so we're all prepared to answer your deep and burning questions. So
I've got a question for Al.
Yeah.
So outside of our underwear, Al, what is like the weirdest thing you've printed on?
Can you talk about it online?
Design. Yeah.
The weirdest thing we printed on. Well,
Nothing after hours.
No, the weirdest thing we printed on. It's probably going to be more underwear, Emily. Unfortunately,
More underwear.
We did some Speedos. We did some Speedos with a Budweiser logo. It said like the Budweiser King or something on the front of them. It was really weird. It had a little crown on the front. It was in the old shop when we first started. I didn't think we could do it, but we pulled it off. So I hate to go underwear, but I'm thinking that it is. Underwear's fairly popular.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can't think of anything.
I feel proud of that on behalf of you.
Yeah. Toby, we did thongs. Toby's saying we did thongs on the comments. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Did we do thongs, Toby?
There's no
She'll have to remind me of that one. I don't remember that one.
She didn't put thongs on the invoice. She was trying to keep it under the radar.
Yeah, she didn't.
Even thongs back to underwear. So I guess that is some of the strange things that we do. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, actually, another one of my employees, Chris, who does a lot of our some of our automatic work, said yes to thongs. She remembers doing them. So
Okay. We have gotten
to work with.
Yeah, you don't.
It must be a tiny little screen, a little press, like a Barbie press.
Too hard there.
Yeah.
We're a biker club.
Yeah, I didn't remember that one. I didn't remember.
Bikers with thongs.
Yeah, hilarious.
Bikers with thongs. It's the chaps. I'm not even going to say the chip. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So.
Bikers leather or bikers spandex?
No.
Hard to say. Hard to say. I don't remember that one.
I got a feeling it's those tiny little bikes.
Emily, you have a dog there that you can
yes, we are playing catch.
I don't think that's going to get us extra viewers, but maybe if you hold the dog up. I mean, animals so big.
I'm trying to get them to like walk through, but they just keep wanting me to throw the football. So here, I'll see if I can get them to come back after this throw.
You can hear them growling.
Yeah, we can hear them. They were mad about you keeping the
That's
fun
right.
from them.
Yeah, just a little bit, but
See, my wife just joined. She said she's here for the dog. In fact,
okay.
I always ask her, do you watch these streams? And she's like, no.
All right.
Sometimes.
There he
And
is.
now
Right
here
there.
she is waiting for the shot of the dog. There you
Milo,
go.
We need more
come here,
dogs.
bud.
All right, quick dog shot. Let's see. Look at this. Look at those. Now introduce them.
We've got Milo, the little guy right here, which, oh, no, he's running. He's a little puggle, so half beagle, half pug. He is a little brat, but we love him. And this little speckled dude over here, this is Jupiter. He does not know how big he is, but he is a little love bug. And they are delightful creatures when they are not barking at all hours of the day. So.
He's got a little mask. He's got a little mask on his eyes. He's an excellent looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. So when he's up to no good, it's great. All right, I can't reach the football over there, guys. Sorry, you're going to have to bring it to me.
Well, we are big fans of our animals here at Beards.
We are indeed, yes.
Almost everybody here is an animal lover. And a lot of dogs and cats in the extended Beards family. So, good stuff. Diane gave us a nice comment. Thanks for the consistent deliciousness. And the hats and clothing are quality and, of course, awesome artwork.
Aw, Diane.
Thank you. Just
Thank you, Diane.
Too nice.
She's our number one Sault Ste. Marie fan. We love her for it. So
2 6-packs now.
her and her husband
2
Pete. I
six-packs.
have to shout out her husband Pete too, because you never get one without the other. So
Yeah, it's true. Great people. So thanks for joining. What else should we hit on?
You know,
here?
one thing we get hit on now, we can't talk any. We don't know what the future will hold, but I think it's important to point out for anybody that enjoyed the 6K we put on last September that 5-Star Screen Printing and Design is one of our major partners for that event, and it was a pleasure to work with them last September. And hopefully, we're going to be able to do something in 2020. We'll see how things pan out, but I think that's important. Well, and I guess we could talk about that. We've only done it 1 year. Al, what's your quick take on that 6-pack 6K we did last September? Life Above the 45th. Shout out to Life Above the 45th and Jason, who invented this thing along with us.
It happened more than 1 year.
Yeah.
This is just the first where we got everybody together.
I'm sorry. Yes, this third year. First year we actually
made a big event.
Pick up beer cans along the way. Yeah.
It was, and from my perspective and our perspective, it was fantastic. We love partnering with that. We love the community aspect of that event. My wife got involved with it. Mary did. JT and his girlfriend Stephanie were there to participate, and we thought it was a home run, and we are really looking forward to getting that back into. Getting that back into what we can do again. It was fantastic. We can't wait to get everyone to get back together. I personally am optimistic of the future of this. I know it's been a tough go for everybody, especially small businesses in Northern Michigan, but we have to persevere, and we have to push through these hard times because we will come out better in the end.
Yes, sir.
And we're just looking forward to getting moving again with the summer season. We're hoping for big things for everybody up here in Northern Michigan, that's for sure.
And I think that's again a little bit with the community side, like doing community events. I love having local partners that we can say, hey, let's put something together and do something cool. And I think, from a supply chain standpoint, building community. I read an interesting article that like craft beer is a good model for the future because we've seen how everything's so interconnected, which in a certain sense isn't bad. But I think it's important to be able to see beyond just your community because otherwise you can get too insular to an extent. But I think from a supply chain and working with local farmers, working with local suppliers, it helps the supply chains service the customers better. And it also provides maybe unique opportunities that you don't see when it's just larger companies you're working with. So I love having partners to talk to and say, let's do a cool event like this 6-pack 6K.
Yeah. I think it's good for everybody involved, participants as well. And I just want to say, especially, when you're working with community partners, especially in a town that's this size, you're working with your neighbors. You're working with people that you see at the grocery store. You're working, it just makes it that much more special. And it's not just like the goods that were produced. It's like Alec, you touched on there, like a lot of your crew. We made that. You helped us make this possible for all the participants because we had to have stations and people at stations, and you guys all volunteered your time for that. So thank you for that again. By the way, cheers to that. It was a great event. We had a blast.
It was great.
The party was fun. The pub was rocking. The patio was
exactly right.
Yeah,
it was beneficial for everybody involved. The community, the participants, the sponsors. It was just a home run for everybody, and we're really looking forward to it again.
Yeah, who knows with this? We'll see what the timing, what the future brings, but that might be.
That's a fall event.
That might be something that's going to be just great thing to get back to, and maybe we won't skip a beat on that. That would
finished on our patio, so it's really all outdoor event. People
Yeah.
spacing out, running, a lot of good opportunity there.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's work, but it's a lot of fun. You know, it's an opportunity for all of us to do something a little bit outside our normal day to day. So it's
well, you know, it was a little bit of work, but I'm just going to say it right out now in public. We need to start planning. We need to start picking dates, Steve and Peter and everybody. We need to make a plan. We need to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Circumstances may take us elsewhere, but this is what we want to do. Let's make the effort to get it there and get it back to where it should be, and we'll go from there.
I like it. Wisdom too. You can't just because there's uncertainty doesn't mean you can give up. I was thinking about this. I was like, I think
sit and wait.
Right. I think to some extent people are scared to plan, but what would be horrible is if in 6 months things were able to get back to normal, but nobody planned anything, things that took time, so there wasn't anything to do still anyways.
Or the amount of time that it takes to pull off.
So you have to put a little energy into it and dive after it. So
Steve-O, let's get together. Let's make some plans, man.
I hear you, man.
Jupiter, no.
Down, Jupiter.
Definitely, you got heavy dog duty here.
Well, you know, it's all right.
Well, sorry. So I'm going to put the call out. Last opportunity for questions. We're going to wrap up here in maybe like
jogging
5 minutes.
Marty's watching. You got something?
What'd you say?
Marty's watching. My buddy from Bay City's watching. He's got
Bay City. That's where I was born. Shout out to Bay City. I got a Bay City tattoo.
What?
Wait a second.
Bay City, my man.
Represent.
Sorry, show that again. I just soloed the screen so they can see it a little bigger here. Yeah.
City. Sorry for the armpit. I love Bay City. I love Michigan.
Hey, they sell a lot of our beer there now, so shout out.
Good places down there. Coonan's Irish Hub is my best friend Gavin Bosco. His uncle owns that place. It's a very good place. They have lots of beers on tap, including beers every now and then.
Marty and Pat have never been to Conan. Never. I hope they're still watching.
What's that?
I hope they're still watching because the Conan's is one of their favorite places, Steve.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, Kim Coonan, good man.
Marty, you said, right? Perfect.
Marty
said perfect. There we go.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Al. I think we're working here right towards the end. So, ask Al about Coonan's. Do you have a story about that?
Do you have a story about Coonan's, Al, that you'd like to share with us?
If I have a story, it was a story I don't remember, Marty. So you have to remind me of that.
So it was a really good story. That's what we got there.
Apparently was, because I don't remember ever going to Conan. So maybe Mary.
Wow.
That might be a Mary story.
Thanks everybody for joining. I think again, I'm just going to summarize that we're talking with Al from 5 Star Screen Printing here in Petoskey. This is we're going to be doing this hopefully every Wednesday at 5 is kind of our goal. Please shoot us comments, questions, ideas. If you want us to talk about different things on the next show, I think it'd be appropriate to announce the next show will be next Wednesday with the Michigan Rattlers. We've worked with them. You might see them in some of the posters before. They've been in our pub concert series. And we are excited to give them an interview. They've done some live stuff online, but we're going to get talking to them a little bit, pick their brains, see what they're up to, see the creative process. And they were our first episodes, I think Steve was going to say, of the What's Your Craft show.
Which you can see now on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching on Facebook, please give us a subscribe on YouTube. Our channel there is What's Your Craft. We also have a Beards channel that we put stuff on sporadically, but we're starting sort of a new show where we talk with artists and crafters with the Rattlers. We made a music video because they do music, but we have the first 3 episodes up, and the 4th episode is getting edited right now.
They're with really interesting people that put so much into their craft. They're so
it's about the passion behind it, though, and what drives them and why they do it. It's not just about the specifics. So
you get to see how their wheels turn a lot, which is my favorite part.
So if you like that kind of thing, please tune in to future episodes. And we want to say thank you so much, Al, for being with us today and for everything you do. Good cheers.
Here's the 5-star screen printing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we can't do that.
That's right. We're like, oh, geez, this guy's on top. That's why he makes the big bucks.
We did not touch our cans.
We did not
This
touch
was
our
a safe distance here.
That's why I'm seeing.
That's
He's very
right.
smart than I am.
All right. Cheers,
Thanks,
everyone.
Al.
Cheers.
Have a
Bye.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you. Great seeing you. Take care.